We are now in the last chapter of this Program Administrator video series. In this last chapter, we will learn everything you need to know when it comes to managing your program. In this specific video, we will talk about monitoring the progress and the interactions between mentors and mentees. So once you've customized the platform and that you've engaged mentors and mentees to join the program on the platform, you now want to keep an eye on how things are going. Well, here are a few things you want to look at to make sure that people are progressing well within the platform. You want to look at their profile completion rate, their signing count, what's the last activity date, so the last time they've signed into the platform. Are they tracking their mentoring hours? Have they completed the mentoring agreement? How does the meeting attendance look like? So are they scheduling the meeting and are they actually attending those meetings? Have they set goals? You want to look at your different mentoring group and the activities within those. Are they completing their courses? And if your program allows youth-initiated match, are invitations being sent and are searches being done? So where would you find the data? There's a few sections that can provide you with this information. So there's the reports, which we'll explore in a different videos. There is the members, searches, invitation, and relationships button, and the group mentoring button under the customized section. So let's go back to the platform and let me show you where to find this information. You can view this information by accessing your admin dashboard. So we're going to click on admin right here on the left. And we're going to focus on those four buttons here: members, searches, invitations, and relationships. Those contain a lot of information in regards to progress and interactions. The information contained within these sections can also be found in reports. However, this is easily accessible and it gives you tons of information in a glimpse. So we'll start with the members button. So I'm going to click on that. And when MentorCity talks about members, they're referring to all of your mentors and your mentees. So right here, you can see a list of all your members, so their name and their email address. And what you want to focus on right here when it comes to progress is those following columns here: profile completion, signing count, mentoring hours, members since, so when did they join the platform, and last activity. So profile completion shows you how much of their profile has been completed, pretty straightforward. When you're looking at the profile completion rate, you want to consider the date that they've joined the platform. So if they've joined recently, it's normal that their profile is probably still at the beginning. Signing count. So how many times have they connected to the platform? And again, this is a really good indication of people's engagement. So it shows you if they're actually participating. Mentoring hours. Again, if they've been part of the program for a little while, it should contain some hours here. It shouldn't say at 0. So if it's at 0, it means they're not having their meetings or they're just not tracking their mentoring hours. And finally, last activity shows you the last time that your members have connected to the platform. And from here, you can dig even further into your mentors and mentees' progress by clicking on their name to see their specific activities. So let's take an example. Let's click on Turi right here. So from here, what you can see is badges that they've earned. So this is if you have the badge reward system activated or if you assign badges to your courses. You can see some of their profile information. Surveys. So if they participated in any of the surveys, what did they answer to those surveys? If they use some of your resources. If they participated in any of the events. If you have custom field, what they answer to those custom profile fields. The engagement section provide a lot of good information as well. So it will show you their role, how many mentors or mentees do they have, depending on their role, of course. Maximum of mentees, maximum number of mentors at the same time. Total number of mentees they had or total number of mentors they had. If they have selected to appear in search, this is if self-matching is allowed. Number of goals. This is for mentees. So if a mentee has been matched with the mentor, they should have set up goals. And here, how many goals they've achieved. Number of message sent. So again, you can't read their messages, but at least seeing if they are communicating is important. If they are part of a group, how many groups? And how many discussions are they part of? And we're talking about discussion boards. Notes. This is only for you to add notes for yourself. And then here, there's a lot of good information as well. So if you are allowing self-initiated match, you can see how many search that person has performed. So we can see that Tori has made a few searches. And under mentoring requests, if you click on details, you can see if they've sent a mentoring request to somebody. So here it says it's a draft. So she hasn't actually sent a request to somebody. Seems like she was starting, but she didn't. Let's look at this one. So we can see that she sent a request to Anne, but it was withdrawn. And if we scroll down, we can see the exact message that was sent. I'm going to click back to go back to the previous page. Relationships. So you can see all the mentees that she's mentored, the status of the relationship, mentoring agreement. This is quite important. When mentors and mentees enter into a mentoring relationship, they need to complete the agreement. If they've completed it, you will see this button that says details, which you can click to view what they've answered to the mentoring agreement. So as you see, there is a lot of blank space, and this is simply because they clicked submit without entering information. So there should be information in here. So that allows you again to manage and monitor the program, making sure that people are following the steps. And if it's blank, it means they haven't completed the mentoring agreement. So again, if it's not done, you can always reach out and ask them to complete it. Program evaluation. As a reminder, 2 weeks before the end of a mentoring relationship, the system will automatically send a program evaluation. If it's been completed, you will see a button here that's going to say mentor to view the mentor's answer, and you're going to see mentee to view the mentee's answers. Number of mentoring hours, how many meetings did they have, created on, started on. And again, if they sent the mentoring request, if self-matching was allowed, you can view it here. Now we're going to scroll down to the meetings section. This is quite important. So here you can view all the meetings that were scheduled through the calendar. So you can see the mentor name, the mentee's name. So we're looking at Turi right now. So basically we're looking at all of our mentees right here. Who sent the meeting invite? The meeting was for which date and which time? And the status. Status is important. So status basically tells you if it was, invited and accepted or just invited. So I might be sending meeting invite. It doesn't mean my mentor or my mentee is actually accepting the invites. Cancel, of course, the meeting didn't occur. And then feedback. So after each meeting, there's an automatic email that's being sent out to both the mentor and the mentee, and they will have to evaluate the meeting. So didn't meet, it was excellent, it was good, it was fair. They won't see each other's answer. You're the only one who can see this information. Calls. So how many video calls they had, on which date, when did it start, when did it end, the duration. Because meetings booked on the platform should normally be video calls, you should be able to cross-reference the meeting invites with the calls. Just keep in mind that people can also join a video call spontaneously without booking it through the calendar. So you might have more calls than you have meetings. Conversation, by default, you don't have access to view conversations, but it is a possibility if you do want to get this access. I am back onto the admin dashboard, and we're now going to explore the relationships section. The information found here is similar to what you can find in the members section. However, instead of viewing the information per member, you will see the information per mentoring relationship. So as you see, we also have tabs at the top. So if you want to see all of the mentoring relationships, regardless of their status, or you can click on match to view the current mentoring relationships. You can view the completed one. Here you can see all the meetings per mentoring relationships. So you'll see the mentoring relationship here, who sent the meeting invite, the meeting was for which date, what time, what's the status, calls. So you can see all the calls that occurred between all relationships. If they are currently on a call, what you will see here where it says status, you will see the word in progress. So when it says in progress, you can, as a program admin, jump into the call if you want. To jump onto that call, what you'll have to do is go back to all, found the mentoring relationship, click on mentoring relationship details, and you're going to click on join meeting, and you will be automatically added to the video call. So I'm going to click back for now. The last tab is conversations. Again, this is to see conversations between mentors and mentees, but as mentioned earlier, this is not available by default. If it's something that you want access to, please send an email to support@mentoringcanada.ca. Finally, the searches and invitations allow you to see searches and invitations that were done and sent by mentors and mentees when you are allowing self-matching. So I'm going to click on searches to show you what happens. It's going to show you mentors and mentees in two different sections. So what you want to do is click on the name of the person. It's going to bring you back to the members section. So basically you can view this information from members, and you have to scroll down to the searches section to see the details, which we've learned before. So I'm just going to go back. And finally, invitations. You can see all invitations that were sent. So it's divided in, again, two tabs: invitations sent to mentors versus invitations sent to mentees. Relationship status, so if they are basically invited, match, or completed, or in this example, withdrawn. When was this invitation sent? And you can view the mentoring request, so the message that was sent. So here you can see mentor request to Mark, it's still pending. And if we scroll down, what the message is. Now let's talk about group mentoring. To ensure that group mentoring are progressing well, from your admin dashboard, you are going to scroll down to the Customize section, and you're going to click on Group Mentoring. When you click on Group Mentoring, you can see all of the existing groups. So you have the group names right here. And to ensure that everything is going well, you want to look at the last post date. So that tells you when was the last activity on the group. And also you want to compare with the created date. So if the group was just created, it might make sense that nothing has been posted yet. And you can also click on the group name to communicate with the group members. If you wanted to know what's going on or how things are going, you can write a message and they will be able to view your message. And if you are concerned about the progress of a group, you can also change the group status by clicking on Edit. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can choose a status like may need attention, require attention. And of course, if you need to make it inactive or close it, you have this option. This is not going to change anything. It's really just a note for yourself as a program administrator. Next, let's learn how you can generate reports on the platform.